Every fortune begins at a door, but the same door can also quietly erase it. Most people never realize this. They walk through their front door every day thinking it's just a piece of wood and metal. But in Feng Shui, that simple doorway can decide whether your life flows with prosperity or constantly runs dry. I've seen it countless times in my 30 years of practice. Two homes built on the same street, same design, same family effort. Yet one household thrives while the other struggles endlessly. Why? The difference begins right at the door. In Feng Shui, your entrance isn't just a physical threshold. It's the mouth of energy, where the universe decides whether to feed your home with abundance or starve it of luck. When it's well aligned, it becomes a living magnet for opportunity. But when neglected, even the smallest mistake, a misplaced mirror, a cluttered entryway, a blocked light, can quietly turn that gateway into a drain, bleeding away wealth, harmony, and peace of mind. Maybe you felt it too. Money coming in but disappearing just as fast. Good things slipping through your fingers no matter how hard you work. Sometimes the cause isn't you, it's the energy standing guard right at your door. So tonight, when you walk home, look at your entrance differently. Ask yourself, does it invite the world in or push it away? Before we go further, share in the comments where your front door faces, north, south, east, or west, because direction changes everything. And if you've ever felt your luck fade without reason, you're not alone. This community is full of people learning to realign their homes and their lives together. In this video, I'll reveal what your door might be secretly saying to the universe, the subtle mistakes that block fortune, and how to transform your entrance into a powerful gateway of wealth and destiny. Stay with me until the end, because once you understand the hidden power of your door, you'll never walk through it the same way again. Let's start with what most people overlook, the energy story your door tells before you even step inside. In Feng Shui, the front door is called the mouth of Qi. It's where energy breathes in and out of your home. If the breath is clean, your life feels open and full. But if it's blocked or heavy, that same energy becomes stale, like air trapped in a room with no windows. You can't see it, but you feel it. Sudden exhaustion, arguments that start for no reason, opportunities that vanish right before they become real. I once visited a client's house that looked perfect, elegant, minimal, beautifully decorated. Yet she confessed, "Master Lin, I work harder every year, but my savings never grow." When I walked to her front door, I understood why. The door faced directly toward a narrow hallway, lined with sharp corners and a full-length mirror. Energetically, it was like a wind tunnel pushing every blessing straight back out. No matter how much wealth tried to enter, it couldn't stay. That's how powerful your entrance can be. It's the first handshake between your home and the universe. If the handshake is firm and welcoming, energy flows in and settles. But if it's cold, cluttered, or confusing, energy hesitates, and opportunities pass by like guests who never found the right address. Now think of your own entrance. What's the first thing energy meets when it walks in? A pile of shoes? A trash bin? A dead plant that's been decorating the corner for months? Each of these sends a silent message. This space is tired. There's no room for more. In Feng Shui, energy behaves like water. It follows the path of least resistance. If your entryway is messy, dark, or blocked, that energy will simply flow elsewhere, to someone whose home welcomes it better. And that's when life starts to feel unfair. Others get lucky breaks while you feel stuck. But luck isn't random, it's responsive. The good news is you can reset that flow anytime. Start with sound. Every time your door squeaks, it's the energy groaning, a small friction that ripples through your space. Oil the hinges, Let the door move smoothly, silently. Next, focus on light. A dim or shadow doorway weakens your home's vitality. Replace burnout bulbs, use warm golden tones, or open the curtains wider. Brightness invites qi, the same way sunlight wakes the body. And don't forget the scent of the space. Energy carries memory. When the air at your entrance smells stale or damp, it holds the vibration of fatigue. Try a few drops of lemongrass or orange oil, natural scents that cut through old stagnant qi and signal freshness, renewal, and life. Feng Shui isn't about superstition. It's about communication. Every door speaks. The question is, what is yours saying about you? So here's a small ritual you can try tonight. Before entering your home, pause. Touch your door gently with one hand. Take a breath and imagine the energy on the other side. Calm, bright, waiting for permission to enter. Then say quietly, "Welcome. Come in." You may not feel the shift immediately, but with each repetition, your door learns to breathe again. The energy begins to listen. And little by little, so does life. Because the doorway is more than an object. It's a threshold between what was and what can be. And when you start to care for it with intention, you're not just fixing a space. You're opening a channel for every form of abundance waiting to find you. In the next part, I'll show you the 5 silent mistakes that turn even the most beautiful doors into energy traps, and how to correct them before they cost you more than you realize. Stay with me. Now that you understand how energy breathes through your door, let's talk about what silently kills that breath. The invisible mistakes that turn a doorway of fortune into a doorway of loss. Most people never notice them. They're small habits, innocent choices. But in Feng Shui, even the smallest imbalance can echo across an entire life. Mistake 1. The creaking or hard-to-open door. A door that resists you each time you push it open reflects resistance in your life. In Feng Shui, friction equals struggle. That screeching sound, the one you've learned to ignore, is energy crying for help. It says, "Nothing moves easily here." I once visited a family whose business suddenly declined after years of success. The moment I arrived, their front door groaned like a warning bell. I smiled gently and said, "Fix this first." 2 weeks after oiling the hinges, repairing the alignment, and repainting the frame, new contracts began flowing again. Energy moves where there's ease. The universe listens to movement more than prayer. Mistake 2. Clutter and chaos at the entrance. Shoes scattered, umbrellas leaning, parcels piled up. Each item carries the vibration of pause. To you, it's everyday mess. To Qi, it's a closed gate. Remember, energy behaves like water. It needs flow, not blockage. When your entrance is cluttered, you're subconsciously telling wealth, "Wait outside until I'm ready." But abundance never waits. It moves on to someone else. A clean, open entryway, even a small one, allows energy to glide in effortlessly. Calm, confident, and full of momentum. Mistake 3. A mirror directly facing the door. Mirrors are powerful tools and they double what they reflect. But if your mirror faces the door, it doubles the exit. Every blessing that enters bounces right back out. You might notice signs of this. You attract opportunities, but they vanish quickly. Guests visit once, then never return. Savings grow and disappear just as fast. In Feng Shui, reflection is redirection. The fix is simple. Angle your mirror slightly to the side or relocate it to reflect beauty, not exit. When placed correctly, the mirror becomes a guardian of light instead of a thief of fortune. Mistake 4. A trash bin or dirty object near the door. This one is more common than you'd think. Many homes keep a small bin or mop bucket right near the entrance for convenience. But energy doesn't see convenience. It sees message. Trash symbolizes what's unwanted, decayed, or forgotten. When you greet every sunrise with waste at your doorstep, you're telling the universe you're comfortable living among residue. That vibration quietly lowers your wealth frequency, replacing fresh opportunity with stale repetition. Move the bin to a concealed spot. Keep the threshold pure, not sterile, but intentional. The entrance should whisper freshness, not fatigue. Mistake 5. The door that never opens. In modern homes, many families use side doors or garages instead of the main entrance. It's practical, yes, but energetically disastrous. The main door, ignored for months, begins to sleep. Its energy connection weakens, and the chi that should nourish your home turns dull. Imagine if you stopped breathing through your nose for a year. Your sense of smell would fade. The same happens to your home's energy center. At least once a week, open your main door wide. Let light, sound, and life pass through. It's a simple ritual that says, "This home is alive." These 5 mistakes might sound harmless, but together they form a pattern. Resistance, confusion, stagnation, reflection, and decay. That pattern mirrors what happens when a person feels stuck. No direction, no spark, no arrival. Your door is not separate from your story. When energy cannot enter, opportunities cannot stay. And when the gateway of your home closes energetically, you begin to fight against invisible currents, working harder but getting less, giving more but receiving little. But here's the hopeful truth. Everything can be realigned. Feng Shui never punishes, it corrects. The moment you become aware, the energy begins to shift. Start by fixing one thing: the sound, the clutter, the light, or even the intention you hold when walking through your door. Each small correction is a message to the universe. I am ready again. And when your home hears that, it responds. The air feels lighter, the days seem smoother. Even chance meetings or unexpected calls begin aligning in your favor. That's not coincidence. That's flow returning. So before we move to the next part, take one quiet look at your front door tonight. Notice how it stands there, guarding, breathing, waiting. Ask yourself, if this door could speak, what would it say about the energy of your life right now? Because the next step is not just to remove what's wrong, it's to activate what's right. In the following section, I'll show you how to awaken your door as a living gateway of prosperity with light, sound, symbols, and balance that invite fortune in and make it stay. Stay close. The transformation begins at the threshold. You've cleared the blocks. The air feels lighter. The door no longer creaks. It breathes. Now it's time to awaken it, to turn your front entrance from a passive boundary into an active magnet for prosperity, peace, and protection. Because in Feng Shui, cleansing is only half the ritual. The other half is activation, the art of calling energy home. Let's begin with the first and perhaps most powerful element: light. A dark entryway is like a forgotten chapter in your life, unread, unnoticed, and uninviting. But when you introduce warm, golden lighting near your door, you summon fire energy, the force of recognition and growth. In ancient Feng Shui, fire is the element that transforms potential into reality. It's what turns ideas into action, dreams into opportunity. So if your home has felt stagnant, simply lighting a gentle lamp at your doorway can be enough to shift its pulse. Choose light that glows softly, like the warmth of sunset, not the harshness of a spotlight. If it's too bright, energy scatters. Too dim, and the flow weakens. The ideal glow should whisper, "Welcome home. You belong here." You can even take it one step further. Use red lanterns or amber lights for celebration days, or when you feel your life needs momentum. Red embodies vitality, excitement, and the courage to move forward. Just remember, moderation is balance. Balance is harmony. Next comes sound. Every vibration carries intention. Try hanging a small set of brass bells or a soft wind chime near the door. In Feng Shui, the gentle ring of metal awakens sleeping energy, cutting through stagnation like sunlight through fog. Each chime is an echo of movement, reminding the universe that this home is awake, alive, and ready. But there's a secret here. Don't let the sound become noise. The bells should ring softly, not harshly. Think of them as whispers to the energy, not demands. When placed correctly, their rhythm syncs with your own breathing, guiding you into calm awareness each time you enter or leave. Now let's talk about symbols, the language of energy. You might have seen small brass, fengshui, or qilin statues at temple doors or ancient homes. These are not ornaments. They are guardians. In Feng Shui, their purpose is simple but profound: to guard the threshold between chaos and calm. A pair of them, facing outward, symmetrically placed, acts like two sentinels of light. The qilin represents peace and moral integrity, the fengshui, wealth retention and protection from loss. Together they form a silent prayer that says, "Good energy may enter. Bad energy shall not cross." You don't need grand statues. Even palm-sized ones made of stone or brass will do. What matters is the intention, cleanliness, balance, and respect. Dust them often. Never let one tilt or face inward, because in Feng Shui, direction equals dialogue, and your guardians must always speak to the world, not against it. Besides symbols, fragrance plays its part. Energy remembers scent. Before modern science, ancient masters already knew that air carries emotional frequency. That's why I often tell students, if the air is heavy, your luck will be too. Use essential oils like lemongrass, orange, or sandalwood. Light incense with a calm mind, not out of habit, but as a moment of gratitude. When the smoke rises and the scent spreads, imagine your door exhaling everything old, tired, or unworthy, and inhaling peace, clarity, and wealth. Then comes movement, the pulse of prosperity. If your home feels quiet to the point of lifelessness, introduce gentle motion. A mini water fountain, for instance, or a small fish tank with clear water and healthy fish. Water in Feng Shui symbolizes flowing wealth, but only if it's clean and directed inward. Never let it flow outward toward the door. That represents fortune escaping. Let it circulate calmly within, like the steady heartbeat of a peaceful home. Finally, remember ritual. Energy responds best to awareness. Once a week, stand at your entrance. Take a slow, deep breath, and with your hand on the door handle, say quietly to yourself, "May this door open only to peace and abundance." It's not about belief, it's about vibration. Your voice is energy too, and when spoken with intention, it becomes a bridge between thought and manifestation. You see, your front door isn't just an architectural feature, it's a sacred threshold between two worlds, the external chaos and your internal calm. And when you treat it with reverence, it begins to work for you. Visitors will notice the difference. They'll pause, breathe deeper, and feel lighter without knowing why. Opportunities will seem to find you more easily. The air will feel softer, the nights quieter, the mornings more hopeful. That is the power of an awakened entrance. Because in Feng Shui, fortune doesn't need to be chased. It needs to be invited. And your door is the invitation. In the next part, we'll bring it all together. The spiritual lesson behind every threshold, and the quiet truth that when you open your door with mindfulness, you're not just welcoming prosperity into your home, you're welcoming harmony into your soul. Stay until the end. We're about to cross from energy into meaning. Stand still for a moment, right at your front door. Feel the quiet, the space between your heartbeat and the world outside. That door you open and close every single day, it has been your silent witness. It's seen your good days and your storms, your beginnings and your returns. But more than that, it has always reflected you. When your door is blocked, cluttered, or dull, it isn't just your home that's closed, it's your inner world too. But when you polish it, light it, and open it with intention, something in you changes. You start to breathe easier. You begin to move through life with clarity, like energy finally finds its way back home. In Feng Shui, the outer world mirrors the inner one. A calm, cared-for doorway reflects a spirit that's open and ready to receive. So tonight, when you close your door, pause for one small ritual. Whisper to yourself, "May peace walk in with me. May abundance never leave," because true wealth isn't just about money. It's about harmony, flow, and quiet confidence that the universe is working with you, not against you. If this message resonated with you, tap the like button. Not as habit, but as an offering of gratitude to your own home. And if you believe that energy and awareness can transform the way we live, subscribe for more insights like this. So each week, we can explore another doorway to calm, balance, and prosperity. Share this video with someone who might need it. Someone who's been fighting against invisible resistance and just needs to remember that sometimes change begins with a single step, through a single door. When you open your door with awareness, you invite destiny to find you. See you in the next video, where we'll continue unlocking the hidden language of Feng Shui, one peaceful breath at a time.